you can take a gospel artist that's homosexual and everything, and a R&B singer that's homosexual. Church person, a preacher, going to say that gospel artist, he's struggling.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, yep.
So the other person, he's not struggling. He just got to be straight up.
Nah, but you got it. So I think.
But it's the person that puts an image on you, and they want to pick and choose their people. If you're of them, you're saying, preaching what they want to say, and it's helping them get money, and it's helping their churches to move.
So how do we change it?
It's not changing. You have to live your life.
No, I'm not saying you're changing it, but since this is what this is for.
Yeah.
Because we always point out the problem, but never the solution.
Yep.
So
people have to stop judging what you hear and what you listen to, and stop picking and choosing.
But
you tell people they can allow.
Is it people or is it us? Is it me?
Well, it takes you at the beginning to have understanding like what you listen to, and this is not. It's not wrong because you like a rhythm of a beat, or you like the words of a song because it does something to your life personally.
So does it?
What's right and wrong is for you to determine. Like some lyrics of songs might tell you kill this or kill that. You obviously know certain stuff is right or wrong. It's up to you as far as where you want to gear your life towards. If you want to listen to so harsh,
I think that in order to like change the answer question, like I think we just like our generation just has to move past it. Right. And we have to literally do like I do with people all the time when they come up to me and they start getting in religious conversations. I just be like, yeah, I'm not talking to you.
Thank you. I like that.
I'm not gonna talk about it because all you want to do is argue about something that I already know the truth about.
Pretty much we have to stop entertaining so much controversial conversations.
But it comes with us to check it.
So we have to reevaluate ourselves
and to teach another group of people coming underneath of us, hey, like that ain't the truth.
Because a lot of this stuff is nothing but manipulative type of things that was on us for so long. But now, as time go on and as social media and technology move on, you start to be aware of different things that's going, not just in your surroundings, in your own state, and it's not, but in the world. And you see a different way of life through everywhere. And that opens your mind up. And that nowadays, before social media and technology wasn't as good, so all you knew was what was around you or what your parents, they put you around. You ain't no different clubs in this if your parents didn't have you around that. They put you in, you would go to school, you go to church, and it's not. That's all you know. But now with technology has advanced, you know so much more. So people have to get to a place where they choose not to be so closed-minded into what they just believe or what their ancestors and what their parents had just been. They have to be open to be abroad and all that, like take in as much as they can so they can have more knowledge than just what you was forced to just know and believe.
Well, I'll give you like a real live example. We feed the homeless and we do like 50-something thousand meals every year, and we've had like people come up to us, or me or whatever, and like I have Pink Floyd shirt on or something, and they'll be like, oh, you can, like, we can listen to Pink Floyd? And I'm like, yeah. And they get in the car and I'm listening to the radio and I'm listening, something that's not technically Christian music, and they're like, I've even had people say to me, that Christians listen to this stuff? And I said, no, Christians feed 50,000 people a year. Them other people listen to other stuff, but we feed, and kind of bring things in perspective that, we're sitting here arguing about what type of rhythm of a beat. Like seriously, literally, a lot of religious people argue like you can't have a 4/4 beat or a 2/2 beat because that comes from the devil. I don't know. Like they literally have arguments. We shouldn't even entertain that. We shouldn't even have I've said this, I think, to Mark a few times. I'm never going to get up ever again in church and preach a sermon about music and that you can or can't listen to any type of music because it's not an issue. We don't even need to preach about it. We just need to live our life. And what I found out is like these people are like, oh, so you're listening to this and then you're doing this. So you're feeding 50,000 people and you're listening. So maybe I can feed people too. And what we've actually done in the religious world is we've stopped people from helping other people because they think they can't even begin to do something right until they stop doing all this whatever. Like I got to stop listening to rap music before I help somebody that's hurting on the street. No, you don't. You can still help them. You can still do good things and listen to whatever.
See, the thing is,
we created that mindset where people literally aren't doing anything because they think they ain't right enough.
Right. It's not even fair to even the artists of different music, secular music, because if you talk to them, their everyday life might be the same as yours. Is this the
It
way
is
they,
the
the way
same. It might not be,
they,
it
the way
is.
they can express and help somebody else in any type of area is through a song or what they write. It ain't just because you want to tell somebody, I'm not making love to my girl, or this is not off of no church music. I can't.
Me neither.
How can I?
You think all these little Christians?
How can I get aroused or my girl get aroused and we talking about
Jesus is real.
Jesus real, save this match.
Oh Lord.
I wanna cry and get on my knees and start praying. Baby, I wanna have sex. Like, no. Like, there's somebody out here that was wise enough to say, look, I'm gonna write this poem that talk about love, and I'm gonna put it into a song. I'm put some rhythm to it.
The greatest psalmist is R. Kelly.
There you go.
He's the greatest psalmist.
But it's not fair to that, because some of these, a lot of R&B artists, they can't go to a gospel thing and sing gospel music and sound like that person.
But you don't have
certain
to.
gospel, like that's
And what
just
is
the way
gospel?
they help
Gospel
somebody.
music is a bastard. So it's a bastard. I mean, you can't go to school and learn gospel music.
Gospel music ain't nothing but rhythm and blues and add Jesus. or God
Gospel
to it.
music is more than rhythm
Some
and
of it's
blues.
country.
So a lot of gospel music is a bastard music, and people act like that's a bad thing to say. No, it's not, because gospel, and this is my area. Gospel music is taken from classical, because I know guys that are classically trained that put classical pieces. Richard Smallwood. It will take you to classical, jazz, blues, any type of music there is, rock. Any type of music. So we look at it because that's what we were brought up. Listen to music that you can't even understand the words to. And that's what I do all the
It's
time.
certain gospel artists. So Kurt Franklin, he does it all the time. He'll take every little secular, if y'all want to say call secular music, use the same words and put it in a gospel song. And so it's cool for a Christian or church person to listen to that, but it's not cool to go listen to the original version of the song that pretty much is the same thing. It's just somebody else. But since a gospel person sung it in a church and added Jesus somewhere in that song, it's fine now.
See, and that's at the end of the day, stuff is all petty.
It's
all petty.
It's just what people decide they
That's
want
the
to
point.
do.
That's really what it is.
That's the point.
It's petty.
It's petty stuff.
Because it's not. What it does is cause unnecessary ulcers because you're stressing about dumb stuff. Instead of just living life and experiencing life to the fullest and enjoy your life as each day. You enjoy what you want to listen to, and you want to watch, and who you want to talk to. If it doesn't make you happy and it doesn't do anything for you, then why even do it? But if I'm taking my time and wasting my time worrying about what you listen, I like the fact that I pulled up last night at Wawa, blasting the Wu-Tang album, and the deacon from my church was getting out at the next pump. And I did not do this.
Then turn it down.
What for?
Because you're free.
I mean, so if I cared about what they think, I'm not free, as you said.
At the end of the day,
And a
it
lot
would be
of
even
people,
corny for a preacher or anything, a leader of a church or organization anyway, to get up and even speak on what type of music you're listening to and this and that. If that's what you feel like it's important and that needs to be changed in today's life and world, something's really mentally ill with you, because it's people killing each other.
Let me
You
ask you a
can't
question.
speak on what's going on.
Since he's a pastor and we're talking about music and it ties into this, you've heard sex preached in the pulpit.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like people preach where they are. So I think if people struggle with certain things, that's the message. That's what I've learned over the years, is that whatever your struggle is, that's what you harp on the most. When people talk about drinking all the time, they used to be a drunk. And they still struggle with sometimes wanting to have a drink, but they still in the fight. People talk about sex a lot. You up there talking about how people have sex and what they're doing with sex, and you grabbing on yourself and doing all that stuff. I'm being real. Like you touching yourself and all that kind of stuff. You're not preaching the gospel. You're exposing yourself.
Right.
You're exposing yourself because those are the things that you have trouble with. So you're preaching on that. You're not preaching to people, because before you preach to anybody out there, you preach to yourself. So if that's all that's on your mind and that's all that you can think,
Because before you came to the church to get that message from God had to come to you.
right?
But it's not just God. It's just you dealing with things.
Oh yeah,
You're dealing with your
sometimes not even all
It's
God.
in your
It's
subconscious.
something that-
It's on your mind.
Is it something that
You gotta talk to
you
yourself.
felt that to yourself?
And
And
how
you
about this one? There ain't no place in the Bible that addresses music. Like
Right. David didn't just
There's no
play.
place the Bible says there's Christian music.
David didn't just play gospel music or whatever they want to call it. David played music on a harp. Some things weren't even they didn't even have words with it. It was his expression. It was what was inside of him that was coming out of him. That's why he was a great poet. He could write things like, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Solomon would write poems, and when Solomon would write poems, he talked about the woman's anatomy, and broke it down to its common denominator, and it's scripturally in the Bible. So there's certain things that people want to talk about that are disgusting. Perversion comes from a man. Perversion don't come from a gift. You pervert the gift. Perversion comes from a man. A man perverts the gift. So if it's perverted, it's only perverted because that man is perverted. It's because of the hand that's on it. It's because of the emotion that's on it. It's because of the feeling that's on it. And that's the problem. The problem is we need to put the blame where it belongs and stop putting the blame on the devil. The devil ain't doing all this stuff. People make decisions in their life. So, as far as I'm concerned, with music, you can listen to music, but you need to have, and even with that, you have parameters, things that you can listen to, things you don't. You should be listening.
You know what you can handle or not.
Self-parameters.
Self-parameters. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what you can handle.
If you turn it off.
Right. It's about being mature. It's about being an adult.
It's all about what you can handle, what you can deal with. Like, if you can't listen to Tupac and Biggie and they talk about sex, love, and drugs, and it's making you want to do things, stop listening to it. That's you.
What happened to this music now don't make sense anyway.
It really
it's
don't. You don't know what it is.
So most people listen to the beat.
Because you don't understand what they're saying. I have the song, I don't understand what they're saying.
All right, man.
This has been an exhilarating discussion that we've had here today. Talking about music, gospel music, secular music, whatever you want to call it, rock music, R&B, hip hop, whatever. One of the points is that it's not the music itself, it's your perception of whatever it is that you feel like you can handle or you can control within yourself. Music is a gift, and the Bible says every gift comes from God, regardless of where you live or where you come from. Nobody can tell me after watching Michael Jackson dance and sing that he wasn't blessed by a gift by God. Whatever you believe about him, whatever you believe about his situation, he was one of the best. You can't tell me when I listen to Biggie Smalls that he wasn't one of the greatest rappers that ever lived. Same thing with Tupac, and the different ones that are in hip hop. So it's perception. It's whatever it is that you feel that you can handle at the time. We need to understand that we have to respect one another for what we believe. And I believe that's one of the biggest things that we need to understand about relating to mankind. Respect goes a long way. Respect puts us in a position where we can actually grow together and have some common ground, some common area. So it's not the fact that if it's right or if it's wrong, but it's the fact that if you understand what it is that you like and what it is that you're able to handle, then that's your perception. So today, once again, join the movement. Do something, move something, help somebody, encourage somebody, but always live in the truth.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, give us some feedback, shoot us some other ideas of videos you would like to see in the future. So get out there and join the movement, and do it today.